Greetings, Huntsmen and Huntresses, and welcome back to RWBY-JPDE. And right now, guys, it's time to talk about the second rank of Ruby's route. Now, believe it or not, guys, this route is actually pretty easy to rank up into rank 2. All you have to do is have 500 Len on you and go to the store, which is right about here. And you'll be buying the book, The Three Kings. Well, the King of Wars, anyway. And it costs 500 Len, so you may have to work up a little bit. You can either do this in the first week, or you can do it in the upcoming weeks as well. So with that said, let's get it. Okay. Now, for the rest of this, guys, we actually have to go to the library every afternoon to rank it up. So let's do that. We'll do it for the first time, if we can, which is right here. Yep, right here. As you can see, guys, they've actually improved the map of both Vale and of Beacon, which is actually kind of like this. It's a little confusing because I'm so used to reading where everything is, but these icons are very nice. So yeah, let's go to here, the library. Let's see what to read today. The War of Kings. This is the book that Ruby bought when we went to Vale. Let's see how it is. A kingdom recovering from a war with the neighboring nation is now torn in a war of succession. No woman can rule this kingdom alone, and so factions form around her suitors. The narrative is split between the factions of two suitors, the princess herself and this guy who could be one but doesn't want to be. Well, that was fun. The guy outsmarted and humiliated a guy in the same game of truth or dare, I guess? I kinda like him. Alright, I think I've read enough for today. Oh. Phew, just in time. Ruby, she's holding some kind of thick non-fiction book under her right arm. Hey Ruby, you in a hurry? Oh, Kenshi! Oh gods no! I almost forgot to pick up this book for a project before the library closed. Or it would have killed me. Huh? Her gaze falls to the book that I've been reading. Instant realization spreads across her face. That's the War of Kings. You bought it as well. It seemed... You seem very into it, so I wonder what it was like. I'm liking it so far. I know, right? I've read the other books from this author. They're all so cool. Although the main character's still a bit different from his usual ones. Different how? Well... The library's about to close. Never mind, we'll talk about it some other time. I finished it myself anyway. We probably should. See you later, Ruby. Oh, she really is a sweet girl. It kind of sucks the fact that they kind of ruined her in the modern Ruby. Okay, so you have to do this, guys, a couple more times, so I'll see you guys when we're about to start the next flag of this route. Alright, and we're back to this following day. Now let's head to the library again. Now guys, let's just go see what the next chapter is. Let's see, what can I read today? The War of Kings. Alright, let's see how this continues. Last time the main character had been approached by the princess. Whoa, that's a very bold but very boldly put proposal. But considering the alternatives, I can understand why she would. Oh, something's moving on in the war front. Bet they're going to use it as a proving ground for the suitors. Heh, bet the main character is already regretting accepting the deal. Well, this is actually becoming very interesting. Did you get to when they were sent to the front? Huh? Ruby? Are you stalking me? No, I'm not. But, I may have been passing by the library wondering if you'd be reading. You'd be here reading. Well, isn't that socially awkward? To the socially awkward. Well, yeah, I guess I reached that point where they're sent to the front, and they have their first glimpse of the ancient weapon. So cool, right? Cool indeed. Think they're going to hijack one? Totally. And then it's hero time. Hero time? Yeah, like the main character Hasn't been exactly acting like a hero so far, no? Well, not really, but... does he need to? The library is about to close. Anyway, we're pretty much both around the same chapter. How about we meet up to discuss the book after we finish? Sounds cool. Why don't we exchange scroll numbers? Sure. Oh. Alright. Well guys, once again, I'll see you guys in the next part. Need a bit. Okay guys, time for the final part of this route. We have to go to the library one more time, so grand total of 3 times to get the final event for it. The War of Kings. The final part of the story. Will the main character and his team be able to take down this guy? And one way to find out. I do wonder though, what are they using for a reference for this? Like, I've noticed this guy always... the guy who made this game likes to add a lot of different references, because I'm pretty sure... I think the guy did say that David is a combination of Simon Belmont and I think maybe Joseph Joestar. I could be wrong, but the reason why I think that is because, you know, he always uses the words, "Oh my god!" And he's obviously the whole thing about him sharing his aura and how he can heal instantly because of his aura medical abilities. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I remember hearing when I watched one of his streams years ago, but I could be wrong. That's a convenient find. Wait, what? He's not going to use it? Holy smokes, that's actually genius. Instead of relying on something they know nothing about, he devised a plan with what he had at his disposal and won. Seems like there's a lot of room for a sequel. I mean, right now, the guy seems to have secured his claims as king, but... huh? No Ruby today. Speaking of which, I wonder what she thought about the book's ending. She looks like she had a certain expectations for the story, which I don't feel were met. No, I'm pretty sure she was hoping he'd used each weapon to become a hero, but instead he preferred to do preferred to be smart about it, because having a great weapon doesn't always mean you'll become a great leader. And plus, sometimes being smarter is better than being stronger in some points. Alright guys, so I'll see you guys on the weekend, because right now, the day in the game is Monday, so I will see you guys in a little bit. Peace. Okay guys, it's Saturday, which means it's finally time to move on to the final route part with Ruby. Okay, so let's go. Here we go. See about meeting up with Ruby, how the I finished the War of the Kings. Sorry about that guys, but like I said, the text doesn't really help. It's a pretty bad color contrast in my opinion. Like light green or light blue combined with a green background, or white and a green background doesn't work. The colors are too close together in my opinion. She gave me her number, didn't she? Let's see if she picks up. Hey Kenshi, good morning. Good morning to you too, Rubes. Rubes? Where did that come from? Sorry, it's just... Is that a nickname for me? Maybe. Well, at least it's better than Crater Face. Right, Crater Face? It's cute. Thank goodness she likes it. Nicknames to the side. I was wondering if you'd finished the book. I did, and I want to meet at the mess hall. We can get a snack. Sounds good. See you there. Hey you! Hey yourself! Got that snack yet? I didn't know what you'd like, so I waited. I think I'll go with something with chocolate on it. Strawberries for me. Oh, strawberries. I thought you were all about chocolate. I like sweet things in general. Most chocolates are based, but my all-time favorite thing is strawberries. Oh, I see. I'll be honest, guys, I like strawberries myself. I love those sweet little berries. I prefer them over blueberries or raspberries because they're always so sweet. Plus, it's very rare you'll ever get like a sour one. And if you do, ugh. Makes sense. Most sweets and cakes and snacks have at least part of chocolate or cocoa in it after all. So she's got a sweet tooth. That's kind of... I'm not a kid. You what? You were thinking that's kind of childish, weren't you? No, I wasn't. Liar. Ugh. I guess she's used to people telling her that, isn't she? Sorry. It's fine. Just don't treat me like a kid, okay? I get enough of that. Huh? But you're a huntress. So is everyone else in Beacon. It's not like making me special. I'm still younger than everyone around here. You're already a leader of your own team. Doesn't that speak of your maturity? Just my potential. And speaking of potential, what's a letdown? Oh, you're talking about the book. Yes, I mean, where's heroic moments? I guess she's referring to the main character not using the ancient armor. I think you didn't like the way that the book resolved. No. Why didn't you use the ancient armor and fight the other guys one-on-one? The enemy from the mysterious army, also wearing an ancient suit of ancient armor, who had been making short work of almost everyone facing him. If I had to be honest, I kind of like how it resolved. He used his brains and kept the armor as a last resort. That he never got used. Since his plan used his team and subordinates worked. One-on-one, considering that the guy had made mincemeat of a whole platoons, why would he? So that no one else had to. How can I say this without being too rude? That's kinda stupid. Excuse me? I mean, everyone else was there to do something same thing as him. Why would he want to fight alone? Also, I doubt they would have let him, especially... That's not the point! He was their leader! Yikes! What's wrong with her? If he had a way of making his teammates, I mean the people following him not take risks, he had to take it. Even if he knew nothing about it? That's what a leader does! He always puts everyone else above himself. That's... We're in this together, alright? Final round, team. You ready? Yeah, I mean, after all, sometimes you don't put yourself above your team or below your team. Sometimes you have to be on even ground for teams to really work. After all, teamwork makes the dream work. Good job, Kenshi, Penny. You acted on clues quickly and effectively. This was great teamwork. That's not a leader. What? What you're describing is a guardian. Or some kind of protector. A leader leads. Takes decisions if I use all the members of the team equally, including herself. That's why you're phrasing it to make it seem like a leader is someone external to the team. Like his life is worth less than just because of his role. That's not what I mean. But as a leader, he's supposed to be strong. All hunters are supposed to be strong, but the kind of strength of you're talking about is only battle strength. What if the leader is not as strongest in combat? Does that make him a bad leader? No, of course not. Then what if the leader places one of his teammates in danger? Does that make him a bad leader? Yes it does. Son of a... Jack is not a bad leader. What if he has to do it to help one of the other teammates? That's... What then? The leader can't always be the strongest, or the one always more suited for every situation. If he's forced to make one of his teammates run a big risk to make them stronger, or to help another, is he a bad leader? Oh god, what have I done? What the... All of a sudden, the immediately close area is covered in petals, and trails of the things is leading towards the exit, and through it. The front doors are still swinging back and forth because of the force of whatever opened them. Was that RWBY's semblance? Holy hell, she was fast. She was crying. Oh crap! Was it me? What did I say? What did I do? What did I say? What did I say? Nothing's wrong, man. You both got emotional there. Hey, my name's Jean. I don't think we formally introduced ourselves yet. You weren't exactly wrong there. You weren't exactly right either. What do you mean? Ruby has this very particular view of how to be a huntress and how to be a leader. She wants to be a hero right in place of as many people and wants to be a hero. Fight in the place as many people as possible in as many kinds of battles as she can. That includes her teammates. She once told me that the same thing she told you about a leader putting his teammates above himself. And I don't really agree with it either. How so? Well, first, my teammates would kick my ass all the way to vacuum if I ever implied that my life was somehow less important than their own. Jean, you think that because you have serious, you have an inferiority complex, which I feel bad about, but that's what happens when you're not trained at a young age to be better. Because after all, you are still pretty skilled for a guy who's only been training for a couple of years. You know, by the time of the dark age of RWBY. And I don't know how good you are as a rusted knight yet. Same here. And second, they're trained to be hunters, and right now, they're all stronger than me. Thinking that they will need me to play martyr for them is not only stupid, it's also disrespectful. They're my best friends. I would do anything for them, and they would do the same for me. As a leader, I think my responsibility is to make it so that we never have to go too far for each other. Wow, they must respect you a lot. Yeah, they do, for some reason. For some reason, really. So I guess I was in the wrong in how I put my point through. You kind of put her on the spot, but as I said, you both got emotional. You weren't the only one who said something upset the other, right? Yeah, but I still feel like a monster. Oof, I know, right? Like King a puppy. Well, like the Phantom think, Ruby's a giant humanoid puppy. All she needs now is either a wolf tail or wolf ears, and she will look like a giant puppy. I should follow the petals. Thanks, Jean. You're welcome, Kenshi. I followed the trail of petals through Beacon and down the trail leading to the Emerald Forest, on the cliff with the spring launches. As I arrived at the place, I see 100 hunched over a black and red figure, hugging her knees and staring down at the forest below. Ugh, my heart can't take much more of this. Ruby, I'm so sorry. I'm trying. What? I'm trying to be a good leader. And I know that I won't always be able to protect my teammates. But is it so wrong to want to try? Ruby, I never wanted to say or imply that you're a bad leader who wants to protect your teammates. I know you don't mean it when you said that a leader who puts themselves in danger is a bad leader. I guess we just both got heated back there. Yes, I'm sorry. There's not a formula for what makes the perfect leader. You care a lot about your team. I can see that plain as day, and that's good. But I'm being too much of a kid about it. No, you're just being too idealistic about it. Yeah, you sound a bit like Weiss, you know? I do? Yes, maybe that's the point. A leader acts differently depending on what the team is, no? I probably said some things that sound like I was talking bad about your leader. I'm sorry, but that mentality works for me because when I go too far, my teammates are there to pull me back. Oh. Yeah, I can see what she means. Ruby can be a good leader, but her teammates cover her faults in a mentality. Just like Evelyn, Penny, and I can cover Jack's faults. wherever they may be. I don't think your teammates are the kind of people who would hold their tongue if you started doing something dumb. So, I'll leave criticism of your leadership up to them. And I won't say anything about other leaders either. Deal? Deal. I don't extend my hand, still a bit self-conscious because I made her cry. Still, Ruby smiles and rubs her cheeks with the back of her sleeves. I still don't like that finale. Well, the final. Oh, it's fine. I guess that's the kind of solution that only grown-ups could enjoy. Ooh, cheeky little. Okay, that's it. Ah! Okay, I'll go. Ow! Nom. Are you seriously saying nom what? And stop biting me! Stop calling me a kid! Stop acting like one! Never! Further noms! What's with the tiny girls and biting me? I'm not tiny! Ultimate nom! That's it! Well, that was interesting. Kind of adorable, too. Very wholesome. That wasn't nice. That was very nice. Wait, what? Is that what she said? That wasn't very nice. Geez, you think? That wasn't nice? I'm going to have bite marks for days. They're baby teeth anyway. No, stop being such a baby. Oh, so now you're okay with being called a kid? As a leader, I've had to make all the strategic advantages. You're impossible. Oh, wasn't I Rubes? Shut up. Nah, call me Rubes again. No, you bit me. You made me cry. Well, you're not crying now. Oh, no. I think there's something in my eye. Should we go get a shower, Rubes? Give me a piggyback. Now you're pushing it. Please, with a strawberry on top. Giddy up, Silver. Still in time to drop you off that cliff. You're now close with Ruby Rose. Well, that was emotional. Well, guys, I'm going to end this video here. It's like we saw, comment, and subscribe, Jeff. And I'm out of here. See ya.